We are in Utah. We got a load out of, it's an aluminum load out of, I think it's called Sparta. It's aluminum railings, 46,000 pounds of aluminum railing. Picked it up last night, didn't really get to shoot no video. It was already loaded, we had to get in there, get it strapped, and get rolling. We're doing our first load check on Saturday morning. I don't think we got out of there last night till almost 6 o'clock. So that's what it is. I got this thing strapped down. It's 48 feet long. I mean, if you look at the trailer, the load itself, and get me out of the way. You can see. Oh, let me back up a little bit. Let's see here. It is the whole way to the back of the trailer and the whole way to the front of the trailer. There's no room to put a bulkhead on or anything like that. So this is going to Atkins, Virginia, 1,900 miles. The deadhead was only like 30 miles, I think, maybe 25 miles from where I dropped off, and I can't remember the name of the town I dropped off in. But it was down in Spanish Fork, Utah, is where we picked up. We picked up here before on a double stopper a couple months ago, so I've been to this place. And yeah, that's it. We went about 100 miles and did our first load check. So now we're gonna get rolling again and do another 120, 130 miles and do another load check. Take a half-hour break and keep rolling. We are at our second load check and we're taking a half-hour break. So we've went 263 miles so far, and we got like 219, I believe, to when we get to where we want to stop at. That's going to be Cheyenne. We'll try to get to Cheyenne. That should be right around 500 miles for the day. Just doing another load check. It's running pretty good. It's a little bit heavy. It's 46,000. I think the total is like 77. And we had to, I got a scale ticket. Actually got like 4 scale tickets. Because of the split axle crap. And we'll go over that when I get parked. I'll pull the scale tickets out and show you. But we was actually overweight. When I first went across, we had to move some dunnage around. So when we get parked, I'll go over that. We'll go over the scale ticket, what I moved around to get me legal to come down the road. And it's still really close. So that's what we got. We're gonna take a half-hour break. I'm gonna get something to eat, and we got about 3.5, maybe 4 more hours of driving, and we're gonna shut down, hopefully in Cheyenne. That's the plan anyways. So that's what we're gonna do. We get over to Cheyenne, we'll go over them scale tickets, and we'll go from there. We are in Cheyenne, Wyoming. We are shut down for the day. We drove 497 miles in, let me see here, let me pull up my thing real quick here. We drove 8 hours and 49 minutes. It was a little bit longer than I wanted to drive, but in the last like 50 miles or so, there was construction, and they had 3 lanes going down to 1 lane. So it took us about 30 minutes to get through that. Otherwise, it took about 20, 30 minutes to get through that, which added obviously 20, 30 minutes to the drive time. Otherwise, we'd have been here at about 8 hours and 15 minutes of driving, and right around 8.5 hours, 8 hours and 45 minutes on time total. But it's still pretty good. We still have 3 hours and 7 minutes left from today. That's going to roll over onto tomorrow. We're going to pick up 10 hours, 40 minutes tomorrow. So they give us like 13 hours and 47 minutes of drive time tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to try to shoot for a 600-mile day. I'm going to try to do like 9 hours of driving, and then with load checks, fuel, and a pre-trip and a post-trip, it should come out to about 9 hours and 45 minutes. I think we're going to try to do that tomorrow. Try to get 600 miles pumped out, or get close to 600. We'll see what happens with that. And then the other thing was the scale tickets. So I'm going to pull my scale tickets out, and we're going to go over our scale tickets. Also, it's pouring down rain out. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. So I'm not going outside. I was going to go outside and show you what I had to move on the truck, but basically I had 2 pieces of dunnage on the side of my truck between There's little rails that come down on the side. I had them up in there, strapped down, and they weighed about 30 pounds a piece, and that was about 60 pounds, and I was 40 pounds over on my front tandems of the trailer. So I moved them two up onto the front, up on my catwalk basically, and that was got me back to being legal. I'll pull my scale tickets out and we'll go over that. So I ended up getting, I think I got 4 scale tickets here. So when I went across the scale first, obviously I wanted to get my tandems, my trailer tandems, and I didn't figure they'd know how to do a split axle, so I just pulled the trailer to Hoy on and just put the 2 tandems on pad 1 and pad 2 and got that weight. And as you can see, 20,020. I'm 20 pounds over, and then 19,400. So I was 20 pounds overweight. So I went and moved them 2 boards, and when I did, I went out and did the same thing, and it came out to 19,960 and 19,400. So in my head, I'm good. So I went and reweighed, and here's where I ran into my problem at, that I thought I had a problem at. So I weighed the whole trailer. I didn't split the axles or anything. So my steers 11,980, my drives 25,980, all good there. 39,440 on my trailer axles together, and then 77,400. The problem is that I had was down here when I split them, it was 39,360, and up here it was 39,440. So I was like, well, I'm still overweight on one of my axles is going to be overweight. So I went in and talked to them, and they said they knew how to do a split axle. So I went in, and this is the split axle weight that I got, and this is what we're going with. So here we go. It comes out to 12,020 on the steers, which is legal. 25,960 on the drives, which is legal. 19,920 on the front axle. 19,480 on the rear axle. This is 80 pounds from being overweight, so we're good. 480 and 980, and then 77,380 was the total weight. So this is whenever split, this is the proper way to do it, and I'm legal by 80 pounds on the front axle and 500 pounds, 600 pounds on the rear axle. Okay guys, so that's it. Like I said, it's raining out. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'm gonna stop talking for 1 second. Anyways, let you guys see if you could hear that. I got a microphone hooked up to my phone, so a couple of the people was complaining about there being a noise when I do my outside video. It's not bad inside. I shut the truck off, and there's basically no noise at all. But I got the microphone hooked up. Haven't had a chance to use it outside around actual noise. I used it twice outside, but there was no trucks running or nothing like that. So hopefully this is going to help with the audio. It's an external microphone hooked to my camera, and then I got a camera mount, and everything's hooked up to it. So I did a couple tests with the microphone, and it seems like the audio is a little bit better. I don't know how it's going to do about getting rid of noise. It's probably pretty good right now because the engine's not running on my truck, and there's no other trucks around me, so it's probably coming in pretty good. So anyways, that's what we got. We're going to try to shoot for a 600 mile day tomorrow. We still got 1,500 and I don't know, 1,520, 1,510, something like that miles to go. Like I said, we pushed out 500 and almost a 500 mile day today. 498 miles is what we pushed out today. So that's it. I don't know how far we're going to get tomorrow. I didn't even look to see where we're going to plan on stopping at. I've done none of that stuff yet. I just got in here, got something to eat, and kind of just taking it easy. So that's what we got. We'll go from there, and we'll see you tomorrow. So them 2 bars right there, these things right here, that's where them 2 pieces of dunnage were. And my front axle was like 40 pounds over or something like that. I end up pulling them things off. End up putting them up in here. So I don't have, like I said, I don't have nowhere to put a bulkhead on this one. I strapped them to the in there with that strap, because you have to use a strap, not a bungee. So that's what we did. We moved them from up there up to here, and that moved me about 20 or 40 pounds, I think, and made my tandems, my front tandems, legal. We are in St. Joseph, Missouri. We drove 574 miles today. I said I wanted to get, trying to fix my tarp here a little bit. Said I wanted to get 600. We got 574. We drove 9 hours, like 3 minutes or something like that on the drive line. I think we was on duty 9 hours and 35 minutes or something like that, between fuel and load checks and stuff like that. So we still got 941 miles to go to Atkins, Virginia. That's where our delivery is. But we still got tomorrow we got to drive. I don't know, we can only drive 8 hours tomorrow. And that is because we're running on recaps. And on Tuesday, the day of the delivery, we're only picking up 6 hours. So I gotta save some hours from tomorrow, so it rolls over onto Wednesday, or onto Tuesday, I mean. Tomorrow's Monday, so it rolls over onto Tuesday, because that's my delivery day. So, like I said, we ran 9 today. We started out with 14, I think. And when we shut down, we had 3. No, I think we have 4. I think we have 4 hours from today. Yeah, I think we had 4 hours and 9 minutes. So 4 hours and 9 minutes is what we had left over from today. We're gonna roll that over tomorrow. We're picking up 9 hours and 9 minutes. So we're at 14 hours tomorrow. We run 8. That should leave us about between 5 and 6 hours. 5.5, 6 hours, something like that. That'll roll over on Tuesday, which will give us around 11 hours on Tuesday for our delivery. Well, that's the plan anyways. That's a lot of math and a lot of number running, if I could talk, to try to save time and not use too much time and stuff like that. So I got my new microphone hooked up with this video, so we'll see. I'm outside, I got a truck here, he's running. My truck shut off, and there's a truck on the other side of me, he's running also. So we'll see how this microphone works, see if it does any better. We left Cheyenne, Wyoming this morning at 6:30? 6:30 or 5:30, but we crossed the time zone now. In Sydney, I think we left at 5:30, but in reality, we crossed the time zone. You kind of left at 6:30. We got over here around 4:30, something like that. So that's what we got. Just trying to run numbers, stay on a recap, and give myself enough time so I can go pick up a load on Tuesday if I need to. So anyways, that is what we got, and that's the plan. I'm gonna try to pull out of here as early tomorrow morning as I can. About 4:30 is my plan to roll out of here. We're only going down the road 8 hours, eight and a half hours, something like that. And probably shutting down around lunchtime, 1 o'clock. I don't know, we cross the time zone again tomorrow, so they're probably more like 2 o'clock till we actually get shut down. But that's the plan, that's what we're gonna do, and we'll go from there. We are over in Calvert City, Kentucky. There's a cornfield behind the truck stop. We're at the Loves over in Calvert City. We drove 490 something miles, I think. 7 hours and 58 minutes. So I said I wanted to drive 8 hours, and we got just at 8 hours. So we are 451 miles from our delivery. And what else? We're gonna pick up, we drove 7:58. We was on duty 8 hours and 30 something minutes. We're picking up 5 hours and 58 minutes tomorrow, and we're gonna have 409, I believe what it is. So 5, 6, we're gonna have like 10 hours and 48 minutes tomorrow. We're about 7 to 8 hours out. Basically, the same distance we drove today is what we got to drive tomorrow. We left, where were we yesterday? I don't know where we were yesterday. We was at the Loves, but I can't think of the town. St. Joseph. We left St. Joseph, Missouri this morning at like 4:30 and got over here to Calvert City. I think it's Calvert City, Kentucky at about 2:30. And I plan on leaving tomorrow morning about the same time, 4:30. Our appointment ain't till like 4 in the afternoon, but I'm gonna take out of here at like 4:30, maybe 5, 4:35. And we should be over there right after lunch, probably like 1:30. We'll get this off. I think it's gonna take them a couple hours to get this thing unloaded. Anyways, so if we get there 1, we probably won't be empty till like closer to 3 o'clock. I got pieces of aluminum that's 48, 49, 50 feet long, and they're one piece. So I think it's gonna take a little bit of time to get those off. It took a while to get them loaded. So I'd imagine it's gonna take a while to get them off. So that's what we got. I don't know if I'm gonna shoot any more video. I'm gonna try to shoot video. If I can get these guys unloading it, because I think it's gonna take a while, I'm gonna shoot video of them unloading it, or try to shoot video of them unloading it. We'll see how that works out. It hasn't worked out in the past, but it might, just because I think it's gonna take a lot longer to unload than most loads that I pull. So that's what we got. That's the plan. We're gonna pull out of here, like I said, 4:30 tomorrow morning. And we were gonna get over there to Atkins, Virginia, and get this off. And we will go from there. So that's what we got. That's what we're gonna do. I got one more thing I wanna show you guys, and then we'll go from there. So I wanted to show you guys something on the truck, but before we do that, the microphone I bought broke. So I got a different microphone. Hopefully it's gonna work, because it's gonna get loud. I got my truck running and the truck beside me is running, and I gotta show you guys something up here. So hopefully it don't get too loud. If it does, I just wanna upload this clip. But I wanted to come up here and show you this. And what I got is a bunch of landscape timbers. I actually got 12 of these. I got like 6 of them here. And there's 2 of them up on my catwalk up there. And I got 4 regular 4x4s. So once we get this load off tomorrow, I'm gonna come back here to the back of my truck, and I'm going to build a bulkhead, probably right here. I'm gonna take them landscape timbers. I'm gonna put 2 wide, so we're gonna have 2, they're gonna be 4 high, so they're gonna be 8 total boards. And we're gonna center them on this, and we're gonna build a bulkhead. Then we're gonna take these 4x4s, these regular 4x4s that I got right here. These ones right here, these 4. We're gonna bring these up to the front, and we're gonna build a bulkhead either right here or right here with the regular 4x4s. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna clear up some space right here, get rid of all this stuff here. Now, I got 8 of these landscape timbers. I'm gonna get rid of 3 of them. One of them is busted up pretty bad. That one's broken up pretty bad, and then there's 2 other ones that are bowed pretty bad. So I'm gonna get rid of 3 of those. We're gonna keep about 5 maybe. And what I'm gonna do once I get this area cleaned up, I'm gonna take my V-boards that are right there, and I'm gonna move them back into here. And I'll just use a strap like I got there, and we'll strap them in to here. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to get everything off my catwalk. I'm tired of the boards being on my catwalk, so I want to get everything cleaned off my catwalk, get the V-boards in here, and then take all these and build bulkheads. Now, the reason I'm doing this is just basically for storage. I'm going to run these landscape timbers back here because it's rare that I get a load like this that comes the whole way to the back of the trailer. All right, usually the loads that I pull, the end of the load is right in here somewhere.
like at the back of this tandem or maybe in the middle of that tandem between them. It's rare that they come the whole way to the back. So we can set up a bulkhead back here with some of these boards and kind of use it as storage. And if we get a load that's the whole way to the front and I got to take that bulkhead apart on the front, the one I got up there of the 4x4s, I'll just move them back here to the back and just move up a stake pocket like up to here and build another bulkhead, basically just for storage, so they're not underneath the trailer. That way my V-boards can stay under the trailer all the time, and my catwalk is completely free of everything, because it's kind of a hassle with them V-boards being there to get up onto the trailer, get up into the box, the chain box, stuff like that. And I just want them out of the way and down underneath the trailer, kind of where they belong. I don't use them that often. I used them once since I built them. I've had it been for 4 months and I've used them once. So I don't use them that often, and they're kind of in the way where they are now. So anyways, when we get unloaded tomorrow, I'm gonna try to set the camera up and we'll build just a couple bulkheads.